Could you take me back to the first time you saw yourself in the Elton get-up?
Certainly, yeah. I mean, I guess it was a sort of drip feed process because those costumes and the makeup and hair looks were, developed over a period of months. But I can remember the day we first did those things to my hair, because for the sort of the big 70s period of the film, we used my own hair in the hope of achieving something that looked very natural. So we dyed my hair, we thinned it out, and we shaved my hairline up further than it already is. But it was great, really, and I found it there's something quite exciting about transforming the way you look a bit, especially as an actor, because it makes you feel different. So whilst I didn't relish having my forehead bicked every day, because I was worried it wouldn't grow back, it works really well in the movie. And also for that sequence, I have an underwater sequence, which is incredibly tricky with makeup things. So, doing that to my hair meant that all okay.
I'm guessing you had no social life around that time then?
I was just under a hat all year, which is sort of fine for a lot of the time. It's a bit of a pain when you're going to dinner or something, but it's all right,
That rude chap
What can you say? It's all for the art,
Do you ever think that you would find yourself in Elton's home, reading his personal diaries?
No, and that was such an exciting thing. Absolutely hilarious as well. They are so funny. I mean, they're very economically written, so it'll be something like from 1972 or whatever. The washing machine's broken again. Wrote a song called Honky Cat. And that's all it says for a day. And it's like, wow, and it's there in the ink he wrote it in this perfect handwriting. Another one of my favourite ones is, went out for dinner last night, did a moody, smashed a plate of French fries. But yes, that's been my great good luck, really, with this project. Because Elton is a producer on the film, along with David, his husband, I've had this access to them, and they've allowed me into their lives, and they've allowed me to, I've read Elton's unpublished memoirs, I've read the diaries, and had the chance to spend time with him. And because of the nature of his personality, it's great because there's not really anything you can't ask him. He kind of loves to try and make you blush.
And you guys are friends now, huh?
Yes, yeah. It's and that's part of what I think has made it feel quite special too. Aside from the fact that myself and Dexter and George Richmond, our cinematographer, and Giles Martin, we're all very close and we all get on very well. But I think the fact that I've grown to care a great deal about Elton, and I feel it's reciprocated. There's something of that, I think, that feeds into how personal the performance is. It's it really meant a great deal to me, but not just because he's such an important man, but because he's a man I know and care about.
Mm. I understand that he watched the film for the first time in Cannes.
Yeah, in its entirety, yeah.
How did you feel beforehand, and were you nervous, and what was his response afterwards?
I knew he loved the music because he'd listened to the whole soundtrack at least once, I think. And I think, yeah, inevitably I was nervous. I think because, particularly towards the end of the film, we see quite a troubled Elton, and we see an Elton who's lost and as a result behaves a little badly and is upset and in pain. And that's always a tricky thing to present to someone who's still alive, because, they're going to see how they're sort of depicted for posterity. But I know he's not vain, and I know it's not a vanity project, and I know that Bernie loved it, which I think gave me quite a lot of confidence, because Bernie sent me a beautiful email after he saw it. But yeah, inevitably nervous.
Take me to the scene, the love scene, where Elton loses his virginity. What is it like for you as an actor to be naked and have to sort of portray someone in that scene?
Well, I think at that point in the story where, Elton's beginning to achieve this great success, but he's still a little lost and empty, and the storytelling moment is there because it's the first time he finds some genuine intimacy. He falls in love and loses his virginity, and it felt like a very important story beat. For me as an actor, performing intimacy like that is not something I've done. I've done sort of kissing scenes, but not a great deal of it. And it's always a slightly odd thing to do. It's a very artificial thing to do. But I happen to get on very well with Richard, and we've grown to be very close friends. And that makes it easier because you can be very candid about your negotiation of it. And I believed it would turn out to be quite a beautiful moment, and I think it is. I think it's been very, very well handled and very beautifully shot and beautifully lit, and it's kind of joyous actually. And then we've got this song "Take Me to the Pilot" running across it, and it's, you know, take me to. I don't think Elton knows I think he said to me, I don't really know the meaning of those words, but we treat it as, you know, take me to the pilot of your soul. I think are beautiful words to play over the first time you lose your virginity.